I was born in England, but I grew up in Scotland, in Aberdeen, which is the northeast. And I grew up in quite a musical family. My dad is very musical. He has a great ear, and he introduced me to a lot of big singers when I was little, like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston and Anita Baker and Nina Simone. And I just fell in love with music ever since I can remember. When I was about 7, I really decided I wanted to be a singer. And then as I got older, just kind of different aspects came into my life. Like I started playing piano when I was about 10 or 11 and different instruments and trying to songwrite. And I always knew I wanted to be a musician. So I'm a big fan of art and literature, and I have, and I love tattoos. So I have this tattoo here, Frida Kahlo. I'm a big fan of her art because it's very honest, and she paints herself, but in a very stark way. It's just there for everybody to see, and there's a real darkness to her art that I think is very brave. So I'm really inspired by her. And on my left arm here there's a quote from Virginia Woolf in Cuarto Profillo in Spanish, and I was inspired by reading her essays about women's place in art and what we need to kind of be equal to men. So those are my two power women on my arms. Yeah. Process usually involves starting with the concept. So just say you say something today and it will stick in my head, or I'll write it down, and then I'll take it, and then when I get to a piano I'll just have a kind of play about, and usually just all kind of comes together like that. But there's always the concept first, and then everything else builds around the idea, you know. My album is called Our Version of Events, and there are songs, if you've heard Heaven and Daddy and my new song Next to Me, you know, those are a good representation of what the album's about lyrically. It's a very soulful album, but then at the same time I wanted to have big tracks like Heaven that you could dance to at the same time as having songs of me just on the piano or with a guitarist. So it was really stripped and kind of a very honest album. I hope a lot of the stories in the album people can connect to, and I hope they become important songs in their lives. But we'll see. Well, hopefully they like them. The immediate future is the album release, which has kind of been something that I've been working on for years and years and years, so that's very exciting. And then there's a UK tour, a European tour. We're doing a small American tour. Then there's lots more shows after that, lots more festivals. In 20 years, I hope, I will have had, you know, 3 or 4 albums out and really be established as an important musician from Britain. And that's the main plan. Hopefully I would have gone into writing for film. I would love to do that. And kind of just getting better and better at what I do.